Hello and welcome to Subnautica Below Zero. Well, in last episode we did a bit of exploring and we've now got an alien inside of our head. It's a case of it was in some sort of like storage cube and it needed somewhere to go because the energy was being lost, so it didn't go in our PDA, it literally went into our head, so apparently we need to find a body for it. Now, I have actually been doing some things off camera because somebody actually suggested to me that I'd missed a PDA while I was looking over at where the frozen leviathan is. So I went back over there and sure enough there is a PDA that I missed, and it actually provides you some really good information. So I completely forgot about Pavan, what his name was. Unfortunately I didn't take any details, so that's who the security guard was over at that place. But when I picked the PDA up, I found this. Definitely interesting.
Hello? Someone there?
Oh, no.
Samantha? Is that you?
Oh, yeah. Told you I was investigating. Don't worry about me. I'm on my way out.
You can't keep doing this. We have protocols.
Parvin, stand back. Don't come any closer.
Why? What are you up to?
Parvin, I mean it. Stop.
Yeah, so that's how it all went badly wrong. It's a case of somehow she managed to get into the cave, and then Parvan came along later on and it triggered the explosion. So she must have been planting the explosives, and it's a case of, unfortunately, he just tripped it. So that's a shame. Yeah, it took both of them out as a result. Anywho, while I was doing that, I did actually get contact from Alan, or Alan if you wanted to call him that. There you go.
I have determined the location of some important technology. I implore you to investigate.
Will this help us build you a body?
I do not know what we will find. I just know it is important.
That's useful to know. And there we go. We've actually now got a location for artifact X3J. And if it's anything like I think it is, it can be a bit tricky to find, I must admit. So, just going to double check I've got my... Yeah, I've got my Pathfinder tool. Because as far as I recall, I did go looking for an actual artifact while I was in easy access, not easy access, in early access, and I really did struggle, because if this is the one that's out in the sea monkey area, yeah, it looks like it is. It is a bit tricky. So the plan was, I was actually going to go to have a bit of a look around that copper mining site, but I think this is more a priority because I now know pretty much what happened to Sam now. It's a case of I've got that more detailed PDA, so thanks for telling me about that. That's very, very useful. Up to then I was just like assuming things, but yeah, that's very helpful. But yeah, I was going to go over the copper mining site because I'm still trying to figure out, well, how on earth do we get off this planet? But now that I've got this to go and search of, that's what I'm going to do. So it's still a good distance away. As far as I remember, I ended up searching around all over the place, and I ended up finding a cave that gave me a way down. The tricky part is literally getting through that cave, because it's, you've got to weave your way through, and then getting back out was a lot more difficult. I don't think I had these like high capacity O2 tanks at the time. Can't quite remember, but it was it was quite tricky, that. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Like, this is the trouble. Like, they'll get like a signal that gives you a clue as to where you need to go. Just not necessarily, it's not like an easy straight path to get there. So we're practically above it now. I don't remember going in there with the actual sea truck, because I think it's somehow down there. But you've got to kind of like weave your way in and out. Actually, I think I'm just going to double check that. Well, my sea truck is upside down. That doesn't help. Where? Where's the entry point? There it is. Right. I may as well write that. Otherwise, it's going to. Hello. They're very friendly, these things. If they've actually got anything in their hand, they sometimes actually give you it. They say you can pick up the copper ore off them if you want. That's quite useful. Anyway, I meant to double check that I've actually got some oxygen. I mean, I've got this tank on me here. Yeah, that's full, so that's alright. So we should be, I think we should be okay. But I won't have to be like really careful. So let's see if we get, let's put that there. So it's supposedly down there, but down there is like, how do I get down there? Oh, propulsion cannon. Woohoo! Oh, actually that's quite useful, that. I don't actually have the propulsion cannon. But there should be somewhere around here. There's probably a way down. The tricky part is finding it. I've still got quite a bit of O2 on me. So close. Aha! There it is, there. So then we've got this turn here. That's what it is. That's what I'm looking for. Aha! Got ya.
What you found is more than just an artifact. It will help me follow the traces my people left on this planet.
I'm glad it could help.
I know you would still prefer me to have a corporeal form of my own.
Well, yes.
If you continue searching, I may regain some of my connection to the network, piece by piece.
Fair enough. May as well scan it while we're here. So that's a
new technology acquired.
Oh, for a quantum logger. Woohoo! Have we got these spinning fish things? Oh, no, we don't. There we go. So yeah, it's a bit weird to try and locate it, I must admit. Well, at least I've got some silver as well on my journeys. So yeah, I must admit, the way I'm playing the game in this particular playthrough, it's a bit strange because I missed a key chunk out because I've left Alan right till the last minute. Normally you would probably go in and find, you know, this SOS and, you know, emergency sort of thing. Hello, is that another way down? You would go in there and find Alan, and you get a lot of sort of like commentary and feedback about things from him while you're going searching and finding things out. Which is quite interesting, I must admit, quite funny at times, especially when you know, the conversations you get with Robin. But of course I've missed a lot of that out because I deliberately tried to see what it would be like if I didn't do that. So yeah, it's been quite interesting, but it's been pretty quiet without him. Usually just make some strange comments. Whereas obviously now we've been through all these places, we're not going to be going back to Outpost Zero, I don't think. So I'm assuming there's going to be quite a lot of conversations that we'll miss out because of that. Can I get to that O2 plant before I run out of oxygen? I like that how it went from about like 9 to 6. Like, what? Could have done with a bit more warning than that. So yeah, I mean, it would probably make sense to have the, it would make more sense to have, like, these, you've got these, this tool here, the Pathfinder tool. It would make more sense to use that. But yeah, that's definitely interesting. At least I've found that. So I've got one. Once I get back out and I've refilled my tank, I'll have a look and see what it is we've got, because there's, as far as I remember, there's 3 different blueprints you've got to find. Let's see if I can get back out here while we're at it, because I'm in a bit of a rush now, because I'm on my last tank. I just didn't want to use this while I've got these sea monkeys around, because they'll steal it from you. And then I'll have to go and chase them to get it back. And the trouble is I'm using these swim charge fins, which means I'm swimming a lot slower without them. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, must have wanted to give us that.
How do your people communicate if you are not networked?
What do you mean? We just talk to each other.
Do you not find that primitive? We exist as data. We are all aware of each other's thoughts and needs. Scientific endeavors are accomplished much more smoothly this way.
There's more to life than research, Alan. I can't lie. Work would go faster if I could read my colleagues' minds, but thoughts are private, and people have their own inner lives. People change and need space to think.
Space helps you think. I find that being separated from my network is very quiet.
What do you mean by quiet?
Imagine 1,000 strings, each playing its own range of notes, none louder than the others. Each one builds harmony, a continuous thrum in the background of existence. I am now a lone string in search of familiar harmonies.
I'll help you find them.
It's a weird communication system that I must admit. Just like somehow managed to prompt her to let her know that he wants to have a conversation. And he's literally in her head. It's like, okay, that's a bit strange. Right, so we're back at base now. Yeah, well, I was just beginning to wonder where that was. Right, okay. Well, I didn't want to go up, I wanted to go down. So I may as well recharge this while we're here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thanks. Nice to be back. Right, so I'll swap that tank over. So definitely useful having those 2 tanks, I must admit. I don't think I had those before. Right, so we need some food. Well, actually, now that we've got this stuff, I'm quite tempted to just eat. Yeah, I think I'll just stuff my little chubby cheeks and and eat these nutrient blocks, and then I'll use them all up. Because this stuff, it doesn't decompose. And I'm getting more food out of it than I do out of the nutrient blocks. Anyway, let's put some of this stuff away. Got these on me. Actually, they shouldn't be in there. In here. Yeah. Put some in there. So why have I got some posters lying around? Ah, now that's interesting. I think I was originally going to be putting the water filtration unit there. Right, so... well, in which case we may as well start using these things up. And right, so poster... let's try that. So... print there. That's quite up really when you think about it. We've actually got an alien intruder inside of our head. Right, so what if we put that one up? So this is Sam's spy penguin stuff. That one is... What's that one look like? Is that not the same one? That's the same one. That's not good. What about that one? So that's for a game of hoverball. Oh, cool. Right, so looks as though it's getting dark, but let's have a look at the blueprints because we've got to go in search of things. So we've got, it says ingredients unknown. So it's just a case of every time he gets in touch and gives us some new location, which incidentally I can deselect that one because we're finished with it. So that one's done. So I'll set that blue up. I'm finished with that. Set that to blue. I'm finished with that. Fire robotics. I don't need to go back there. Ah, now that's a thought. Actually, I do want to go back to Marguerite's base because I think there's something over there that I missed out on. Pretty sure there's something because when we were over there originally, I couldn't get inside. Well, I couldn't get past. Yeah, I couldn't get past Preston, could I? So I'm quite tempted to go back there and see if there's something I've missed. I'm pretty sure there's something useful there.
Of data that might help with the construction of a new storage medium. You must continue to investigate.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just struggling to find Marguerite's base, quite frankly, but you know, whatever floats your boat, man. I just remember. turned that one back on because I always remember it's somewhere nearby that. So even though I've actually got this like beacon, I still struggle to find her base.
I strongly sense my people's technology nearby. A body component is near.
Okay, well I'm supposed to be going over there, but what the heck? Whatever. Like I said, whatever floats your boat there. I mean, ultimately, that's what I'm interested in. Really, is getting out of this place. Ah, right. So this is where all those enemies are. So right, okay, right. That sounds familiar. Right. So there's our scanner up there. So we're actually so far up from the so far down from the scanner. Actually, probably an interesting place to build down here. He hasn't given us any like beacons at all. He just says something's close. No, wait, whatever. Well, she'll have a look around. You never know. Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. That's got like an architect sense to it. I mean, I can do 650 meters. Oh, there's another one down there. Do I go in? It's a subtle hint that there's something nearby, but right along here. Ah, there's another one over there. Ah, I got you and you got me. Well, that seems to be a clue because we're following the. We seem to be following these. Ooh, we're right at our limit, mind. So there you go. We're at 610 meters down. Out of a possible 650. Okay, well we didn't get any marker for it or any pointers to it, but there's Marguerite's base in that direction. We're about southeast by the looks of it of the drop pod, nearly 1500 meters away. Last known position as well, so... What was that? Let's have a look down here because so here's a that sounded a bit eerie. So here's a force field, so I'm going a bit lower because I'm assuming at some point if I fall down it's going to hurt. Yeah, if I was up there I would drop down and I'd probably hurt that. Oh wow, that's cool. Ooh. Ah, so it's a component.
This skeleton is very dense, able to handle heavy forces. A good frame for my new form.
Are you okay, Alan?
It is not often that I gaze upon the form of a fallen architect.
Is this place another sort of sanctuary? It's peaceful. Beautiful, even.
As the bacterium spread, the continuation of life became uncertain. This is a place to reflect.
I think I understand.
Oh, okay. Oh, an ancient ornamental plant. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, actually, blueprints. Oh, no, that's interesting. So we've actually got the actual architect skeleton then. So we need the tissues and we need the organs. I'm sure you used to have to get like 3 items before you could get something like that. Hospital. Anything else we can find over here? Gotta admit, it's a very nice place. Makes you wonder what these people did, because they obviously came to this planet to do something, you know, whatever. Seemingly just exploring or whatever to begin with, but they've built all this sort of stuff out. I mean, so deep underground as well. And, well, under the ocean in this case as well, but... Yep, it's a lily paddler. Don't mess with your head. Oh, jeez Louise. It's probably a dumb thing to do while you've got, while I'm in hard mode. A dumb thing to do when you're in hard mode, because it's a case of it completely distracts you, that thing. Yeah, I may as well eat that.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Thanks for telling me. No, it totally distracts you, and you end up like even the beacons that you see on your hood and what have you. Everything just goes completely out the window. You just can't trust anything you're being shown. So they seriously confuse you. So we're over in the vent gardens area. I'm just trying to find Marguerite's base. I just can't for the life of me remember how I get back in there. So I'm getting a bit distracted, but anything that needs to get me deeper down, well, because normally what I do is I use that beacon marker for the last known position to get me some idea. And it makes sense because obviously they give you that as a clue. That's the when we first met Marguerite on Delta Station, she kind of like left this message, like a marker behind. In fact, that's as far as the PDA system could track it to. So you use that as your marker to go and find Marguerite. Oh, diamonds. So yes, I'm getting a bit distracted, I must admit. We've got a blueprint for a booster tank.
New blueprint synthesized.
Thanks. Sounds handy. So there's quite a bit of, work being done here by the looks of it to harvest the energy out of that. That's pretty good, that. The only question is, where does it go to? Because if somebody's harvesting all this energy, surely they want to put it to some use somewhere. It's got all the hallmarks of Alterra. Oh, look, there's a PDA left behind. Ah! Now we know who's been here. Tell you what, let's head in this kind of direction. So that thing's making a lot of noise. So there's another vent there. So you can see the actual relays, the power relays are heading in that direction. Let's see what our log has to say. So we've got log number 1.
There I was, 500 meters below sea level. Chunks of the sea base sank around me. One hand gripped the monster's scales. The other was clamped around the shard of metal I'd lodged into her eye socket. A Reaper. Wounded, maybe, but still deadly. I'd already taken out one eye. I damn near carved out the other. We were headed for the void at the crater's edge. Blinded, she was spiraling deeper. I had a choice. Hold on, or let go. I clung for dear life as she took us deeper. I had 1 minute of air in the tank. Back then, I could go another 3 with what I had in my lungs. So I had 4 minutes to kill the Reaper, minus a few to get back to the surface. It ain't that I like killing folk. It's just sometimes what you need is on the inside of someone else's ribcage. I killed that beautiful, terrifying creature, and I made for the surface. When I caught my breath, I realized we'd come further than I thought. I was surrounded by watery void, just me and ocean. Nothing else.
Yeah, so that's where we pick up from where she was like kind of like left off, because that was the last the Paul, I think it's Paul. I think that's where the last thing he ever saw was Marguerite battling with a leviathan, because that's what she'd been doing. I think she'd brought like a dead leviathan or something so he could sample and try to work out what this virus was that they seemed to be all suffering from. And they got attacked. The base got attacked. They all had to abandon the place. Paul managed to get out. His father, by the sounds of it, I think he died. Marguerite, she was seen battling with this leviathan. She's just explained there what happened to her. So she obviously managed to make it back up to the surface, and she was actually still holding on to this leviathan. It's like, jeez Louise, she's definitely something, I must admit. And she was a mercenary for the Degasi crew. It was only her, Paul, and I can't remember what the father was called, but they were the only 3 who survived. It's a brilliant trailer, but I must admit, when Probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen for a game. Right. I want to go back in here. I just realised, is that what I think it is? Is that all magnetite? Oh, it's not. What? How bizarre, I've never noticed that before. Oh. Yeah, I wanted to come back in here, so we've actually now got turbo logs, so that was actually an easier way to get in here. Oh, it looks like she's back. So we've now got turbo logs, so it seems to be an easier way. Just find that vent garden and work your way from there. And the vent garden's relatively easy to find. Let's put that away.
You again.
Yeah. Hope you don't mind me poking around. It's just I got the impression I haven't been back here. Because before, Preston was over here blocking the way. So we couldn't get in here to see what was going on. And I'm thinking there's things in here that I could do with. Including Lognum 3.
Fortnight into our voyage, I was more or less living inside the creature's ribcage. It meant shelter, and it meant food. The flesh was starting to rot.
Ew.
The stench was unlike anything I'd ever smelled. As we floated, the temperature dropped, and the rotten meat began to stiffen and freeze. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the Reaper began to lose buoyancy. We sank a little each day. My sanctuary was becoming my tomb, and I was at the mercy of the current and the winds. Until one day, I saw a smattering of penguins in the distance. Swimming birds usually mean solid land of some kind. I was lucky. The winds followed their path. Hours later, I saw a blessed sight. An unmoving cloud sitting upon the water. Land. It renewed my spirit as I watched the land get closer and closer. The Reaper slowly sank, but I was no longer worried. When the Reaper finally sank below the water, I was close enough to lazily swim my way to shore. I made a note to come back for the Reaper's skull. I didn't ride the beast for 3 weeks to have no proof. Land never felt so good, even in this Arctic hell.
Yeah, so she managed to survive actually just because of that Reaper. One thing I came here looking for, I could have sworn there was some synthetic fiber here. I do remember getting some from the ice cave. I thought there was some here as well for some reason. I just can't remember if I actually did find it and I just used it. But there was something we've picked up here. Oh, a small stove. I've got a blueprint for a small stove. I like that. It's basically it's useless. Okay, fair enough. Oh no, the wall plant is just decorational. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I thought there was an actual synthetic fiber over here. Too bad. But you can get a toilet. So you can actually make yourself a toilet. You can get a shower unit as well. It's a sink as well. Oh. She's definitely using her space, I must admit. With all these plants. Oh yeah, let's not go there. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I just had in the back of my mind I remembered seeing a synthetic fibre. I think there'd been some sort of like it was on some sort of shelf or something, but I'm not seeing it here. Because I know when we came here, we got the blueprint for the for that test module.
Seek fluid intake.
I'd like to, but I don't have any. Don't have any water. I'll have to go back and get some. That's pretty good, I must admit. I've now got I've got those 3 logs there, so we know what happened. So she basically managed to float to the surface, and eventually she managed to get free. Yeah, definitely interesting character is Marguerite. Right. Well, that makes my day. Grab some oxygen for some strange reason that I don't particularly need to. Because, so I think I'll put a think, because I mean there is that copper mining site I still need to get to. I need to find a sea truck more than anything. I mean there's pieces from the sea truck, like the extra modules we could do with as well. They would definitely be useful. Because I mean at this stage I just don't have any means to get off of this planet. So we're really just going around looking for things for a LAN. And we've already got one of the actual components we know about. We need some polyaniline, diamonds and some plasteel ingots. So polyaniline is hydrochloric acid and gold. Hydrochloric acid is made from those young cotton anemones. I'm beginning to wonder if I've actually already got some of those back at base. I might do. If I don't, I've got one now so I can roll it in. So as we're wandering around, I should eventually be able to find a component for that and a component for that. The trouble is, because I left Alan until last, like you saw there, we kind of like just stumbled on that one because I was in the area. So whenever you go by Omega Base and start searching around there, chances are he would chip in if you'd already, you know, gone and seen him first. He would chip in and then tell you to start going looking. Because this is going to like progress over time where he's going to start telling you information, where to go and so on. But I've completely jumped ahead in the actual storyline. So yeah, I'll have to think of what we do next. Well, that's all for another episode.